Guru Papa Manantrata Shri Krishnas Twamalatmana Dhyam Sada Paribhavak Namabhishtadam Tirthaspadam Shivavirinchinutam Sharanyam Vrityartiham Pranatapalabhavati Bhutam Vande Mahapurushate Charanarvindam Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamalamaline Namah Kamalapadaya Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Pranoti Tasmai Tadvanha Devamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapatti Dear seekers of eternal divine bliss, I request you all to join me in chanting of the divine name just for a couple of minutes before I begin this talk. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, I request you all to listen very attentively. We are going to talk about meditation. So, no point closing your eyes. There are two kinds of meditation. One is practical of what I'm going to talk about. And there is one more very peaceful meditation, and that is falling asleep. And that also can come to you quite easily after a full day's work. Now you had a bit of prasad, you're relaxed, and it's quite cool over here. So meditation is going to start later, no, not right now. Let's begin with this topic now. Today we have as many forms of meditation as we have people who meditate. Meditation means different things to different people. Today the subject of meditation is not only of interest to spiritual seekers, but also to agnostics and even atheists. Those who don't believe in God, even they want to know about meditation. If you tell somebody there is a very special talk, and the talk is a life-transforming talk, very special, why did you come with me to attend the talk? The person is going to, well, I don't know, I'm not sure, I'll try. And then there's all sorts of excuses. But if you tell that person, there is a very special course on meditation that I'm going to go and attend, then those who don't even know anything about spirituality or no inclination, even I'll come. So meditation today is very much in vogue, you could say. And it is considered, it has been very extensively publicized, meditation, as a panacea for all kinds of evils and problems. Panacea is something that will work for everything, physical, mental, everything. It's the cure for all. So people use this meditation for all kinds of things, like exam tension, which is going on now, then work tension, family tension, marriage tension, and so on and so forth. So meditation, as I said, it is being used for a variety of problems because most people in life, they are stressed and they are using meditation to gain a peace of mind, to relax, to balance their minds. And because of this, there are many yogis today, so many meditation teachers, and so many courses and so many techniques that are being practiced. And according to the need of the customer, people are providing meditation. So it has become, you could say, a big industry all over the world, meditation. What is meditation? The Oxford Dictionary defines meditation as focusing the mind on a subject in order to gain development, spiritual or mental. So from this it is obvious that meditation is about the mind. The mind. You see, everything else that we do in the form of devotion or worship, it can be physical. You go and have darshan in the temple, you fold your hands and do a pranam and probably ask for a few things. Or you read a book, your mind can wander, or you may be chanting, the mind is elsewhere. You may be fasting, it doesn't require the mind. So all these other practices, they are physical. There is only one practice which requires the mind, and that is meditation. Now, why is the mind so important? Do you know? Meditation is important, as I said, because it is about applying the mind, because this very mind of ours is the culprit. All the stress, all the unhappiness, all the restlessness, all the frustrations that we experience in life is all due to our own mind. The problem is not outside, the problem is within our mind. So we have all the scriptures proclaiming Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Shatchayani Upanishad mantra number 1. Again, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Brahma Bindu Upanishad mantra number 2. See, I'm repeating the same words. You may not understand Sanskrit, but at least you can hear that I'm repeating the same words. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. This mantra is at hundreds of places, Narad Puran, Panchadashi, and so on and so forth. What does it mean? It is your mind which is responsible for the bondage, the cycle of birth and death that we are going through since time immemorial. The cause is the mind. It is worded in different ways in other scriptures. The Bhagavad Puran says, Chetah kalvasya bandhaya muktaye chatmano matam guneshu sattam bandhaya ratamba punsi muktaye. 3rd canto, 25th chapter, 15th verse. Manah paramakaranam ma mananti, 11:23-43. Bhagavad Puran. The mind is the cause. Remember, the mind is cause. We are always thinking, I'm frustrated because of my child doesn't listen to me. I'm disgusted because of my wife. She's always nagging me. I'm frustrated from my job because my boss is like this. Or whatever it is. We are thinking it's all about the outside. It's the mind. And this mind wishes the cause of all your bondage, cause of your unhappiness, cause of your suffering, this very mind can be the cause of your liberation. बंधन भी मन से है और मुक्ति भी मन से हो सकती है. So liberation, eternal liberation from all suffering, from this constant rebirth that we are going through, it can happen through the mind. Right now we are in a state of bondage. Right now we are going through all these frustrations, this restlessness, this unhappiness, everything. What we are here to know is what is the way to liberation. The scriptures proclaim that you can attain liberation through this very mind. At present, our own mind is our enemy. Now you have to know how to make this mind, which is your servant, truly speaking, how to make that mind your friend. So meditation is the process, and it has been referred to by all the scriptures and saints. Vedavya says, Alodya sarva shastrani vicharyascha punah punah idamekam sunishpannam dheyo narayano harihi. This same verse in many Purans, Skanda Puran, Linga Puran, etc. He says, I have churned. By churning means, obviously, he has written, he is the author of most of our scriptures, 18,000 verses of the Bhagavad Puran. He has written all the Purans, he's written the Mahabharata, the Vedanta. So he is telling us that I know, I have studied, I know what the scriptures are saying. So I'm telling you, in short, it's impossible for you to go through them and make a decision. I'm making the decision for you. Dheyu Narayano Hari. Meditate upon that Supreme Being. That's what they are saying. Yetu sarvani karmani maisanyasya matpara ananye naiva yogena mam dhyayant upasate. 12th chapter, 6th verse of the Bhagavad Gita. Sri Krishna khud keh rahe, he himself is saying, meditate upon me. So every book of scripture, meditation is the main process. It is the soul, the life of all spiritual practice. As Shri Maharaj writes in the Bhakti Shatak, to emphasize the importance, the indispensability of meditation, he says, Sabai sadhana deha jano Roopdhyan janu pran khat geedh aruswan tina pranahin tanujan. All forms of spiritual practice have been compared to this physical body. And what is keeping the physical body alive? Pran, the vital air, whatever you call it, soul. So, any spiritual practice devoid of meditation is like a body without life. And what happens to a body without life? If a body is lying somewhere, the eyes of a vulture are so sharp, they come flying down to have used that dead body as their food. Geeta or swan, vultures, dogs, they will feed on that body because there is no life. So the life is meditation. And meditation is about the mind. Now, our whole problem is the mind, isn't it? When we are asked to meditate, then the mind is everywhere excepting on what we are meditating. That's our whole problem, right? And this is indispensable. So, we don't need to worry if this is emphasized as an indispensable process. That means it is possible. All the scriptures, all the saints are telling us that this is the process, and then you will one day be able to use this mind as your friend and be eternally liberated from all suffering and will experience divine bliss. So our problem was presented to Sri Krishna by Arya. Sri Krishna kept emphasizing again and again, think of me, meditate upon me, focus upon me, concentrate upon me. Give me your mind. Maya arpita manobuddhir. Maya manadat swavaibudham niveshaya. 12th chapter 8 verse. Give me your mind. You're constantly telling me to think about you, to remember you. Don't you know how fickle this mind is, Krishna? Chanchalame mana Krishna. Pramati valavad dridam. 6th chapter, 34th verse. This mind is extremely fickle. It's swifter than the wind. And we know, we can experience that. We can be sitting for the talk. And suppose, I'm giving an example, and I talk about the country, I talk about Los Angeles. Now maybe you have somebody over there. What happens? Without a ticket, without any visa, whatever necessary, your mind has reached there, isn't it? Oh, Ellen, my son is staying over there. Next time, I'm going to tell him all about this. There you go. How swift the mind is. And we are talking about concentrating the mind. Sri Krishna's reply, what he gave 5,000 years ago, it is applicable even today, and it will always be applicable whenever a seeker decides that he wants to use the mind for meditation, the process. You see, truth is eternal. It's not something that is confined to the time that Arjuna spoke to Sri Krishna. This is eternal truth. So Sri Krishna replied, Asanshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam. I totally agree with you. You see, as a guru, he understands, he's compassionate, and he doesn't deny it and telling Arjuna, what are you talking, you must do it. No, I agree with you. There's no doubt that the mind is extremely difficult to control, but it is not impossible. There have been soul seekers who have done it and will continue to do so. So now we have to know, how do we go about it? This untamed mind, how do we tame it? How do we train it to one day get us out of this mess, this cycle of birth and death, all this stress and happiness, everything that we are going through in life, all these ups and downs. So how do we get around focusing the mind? This was a question one person asked a saint. Out of the blue he said, I can't concentrate my mind. Can you suggest some easy way I can do it? Now that person didn't know any ABCD about spirituality. He just wanted, this is what people do. They come up and say, oh, I meditate, but my mind doesn't focus. Can you tell me what to do? Background, they don't know anything about why and what, but straight away meditation, right? So now this saint says, well, I've got a more important question to ask you, then I'll answer yours. I want your help. He was an architect. And he said to him, I want to build a house, a building, and I want you to start from the 4th floor. What are you saying? Say it again. I want you to make me a building that will begin straight from the 4th floor. How is that possible? You have to start from the bottom, isn't it? Only then it will come to the 4th floor. You cannot have the building in the air on the 4th floor. So he said, this is exactly the case with meditation. You cannot talk about control of the mind and focus of the mind in meditation without understanding the foundation of why. Why should I meditate? What is meditation? We need to understand that first. Only then we'll be able to focus the mind gradually. So let us start from the foundation. This is very important. Without the foundation, it's like, as I said, meditation is being used for marriage tension, for job tension and exam. So straight away people are told, sit down, focus on the breath or mindful meditation. There are a lot of methods that are going on. So, but why? So we are going to start from the very foundation. Our whole life revolves around the goal of happiness. Every moment, every action, every plan, the end goal or aim is, I want to be happy. What should I do to attain happiness? Sukhaya karmani karoti loko natai sukham va nyaduparamam va Vindeta bhuyas tataiva dukkham yadatra yuktam bhagavan vadena. Bhagavad Puran 352. Sukhaya dukkha mokshaya sankalpa iha karmani 7742 Bhagavad Puran. The thought behind every action is happiness. No one wants suffering, right? Each and every one desires only one thing, and that is happiness. And for the sake of attaining happiness, we make millions of desires throughout our life. What is the end aim of desire, purpose, goal of every desire is happiness. I want to be happy. Now have you ever thought about it? No. There must be a valid reason for this. When it comes to other things in life, we are all different. In one family itself, we experience that father, mother, children, everybody's got different likes and dislikes about food, about clothes, whatever it may be. Ideas are different. But when it comes to the goal of happiness, everyone wants happiness. That is universal. Everyone is one. Nobody wants to suffer. Have you met anybody who says, I want to just suffer in life? No. So each and every one desires happiness. Can I ask you a question? Aristotle said something very beautiful. He said, we desire happiness for itself, not for anything else. But we desire wealth, we desire name, fame, because we will get happiness through that. You love money, why? For happiness. You want a nice big house? For happiness. You love your son, why? For happiness. So everything that you are attached to, these are all care of. The main love is only for happiness. The moment you feel, this person is not going to make me happy at all, today, what's happening in the world? The number of divorces are on the increase. Because there is so much of impatience and the number of desires in life. There's a lot that is challenging the relationship of two people. So the moment they feel, you cannot make me happy, I cannot make you, okay, let's separate. So it's all about happiness. So what do we love? Nobody, nothing. We love happiness, right? You agree? Now I'll ask you a question. Did anyone teach you to desire happiness? Can you recall? From childhood till now. Did someone teach you? Or as parents, did you teach your children? My child, I want to teach you something very important in life, and that is, you should desire only happiness and never desire misery or unhappiness. You never heard of such words at all. And yet, everyone, from the little child to the old man, woman, no matter which society, language, religion you belong to, everyone wants happiness. It's such an important fact of life, and we have never put our minds to it, and that's why we are still suffering. We keep on looking for happiness, and end up frustrated and restless because we've never thought about it. So the most important thing that we need to know is, why do we desire happiness? And the next question will be, where is happiness? So as I said, we are so busy in life, just rushing from one thing to the other, one plan to the other, searching for happiness in this material world. We don't give it a thought at all. All we do is, I want, I want, I want, I want. Life is about I want, isn't it? Now, I want, right? What is this I? Have you ever thought about it? I want, I want. What is this I? आप कौन है? मैं कौन हूँ? This is the very first knowledge that Shri Krishna imparted to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. He represented us. On our behalf, he was asking all these questions. So the first step he took, now this is the first step, the important step Arjuna took was, he accepted that Supreme Personality. He knew that Sri Krishna is God himself. But when it came to dispelling his ignorance, when it came to help him cure the diseased mind, the mind which had anxiety, which had fear, which had confusion, he knew that he needed a guru, a teacher. So even in spirituality, whether it's meditation or anything, we need a teacher. We cannot just look up a book and decide to learn meditation ourselves. It's not just that much. It's right from the foundation which I'm taking you through. So a teacher is indispensable, the guru. Just as you need a teacher to learn the material subject, even ABCD, you had a teacher. So it begins with a teacher, and when the teacher accepts the fact that Arjuna is asking with a curiosity to learn, he begins with the first knowledge, who am I? You know it all, because Gita is the most popular book of scripture, and Sri Krishna tells Arjuna that there are two things, Arjuna. One is this physical body, and one is that which is keeping the physical body alive, which is called the soul. And this soul, Arjuna, it is beyond birth and death. The body, Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janmam mritasya cha. Second chapter, 27th verse. The body is born one day, so that which is born one day will definitely die one day. This is a part of the process of the physical body. But Arjuna, the soul, na jayate, mriyate va kadachin, nayam bhutva, bhavitavana bhuya, ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano, na hanyate hanyamane sharire. There are many, many verses. Can't go into detail. The main point is that the I, the soul, which keeps the body alive from head to foot. We become aware of this when somebody dies in the family or somebody you know, you go there and you see the person whom you identified as your friend or your cousin, whoever it is, that person is lying there. And everybody is crying. Why? He's gone. What is gone? He's lying over there. Nahi, wo to gaya. Kya gaya? The real I. That's what they're crying for. Otherwise, everybody would be satisfied with the body that is lying over there, because that is the pictures that are hanging around all in the whole house. The physical pictures. But the I is the entity, the real I, that kept this material body alive from head to toe. And the moment it leaves, the body comes back to its original form, which is dead matter. 5 elements, that's what it is. So the I, Arjuna, is an eternal entity beyond birth and death. Note this fact. The real I is the soul, and the soul is not subject to birth and death. One thing, nobody can kill the soul, no one can dry it, etc., etc. Now further on, Sri Krishna tells Arjuna, Arjuna is soul. Every being, mamaivansho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. This is the 7th verse of the 15th chapter. He's saying, Every soul is a part, an eternal part of me. So all of us here, sitting here, and every being in this world is a part of that Supreme Personality, Shri Krishna. He may have any names. The main thing is we are all parts of that Divine Personality, God. So therefore, we are also divine entities. Now this happiness we were talking about, right? We are parts of God and we are eternal. Now who is God? We learnt about ourselves from the scriptures, some things, but what about God? Who is God? Anando. There is a very detailed explanation of this in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Mantra 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a spiritual exercise that was given to a seeker who wanted to know about God, and the eventual experience that he had was Anando Brahmeti Vijanat Anandat Deva Khalvimani Bhutani Jayante Anandena Jatani Jivanti. Mantra number 3-6. Anandam Brahmano Vidban 2-9. Ananda Mayobhyasat Vedanta Sutra Ananda Matram Avikalpa Kevalanubhavananda Swarupa. Anand, Anand. You can hear one word in all these verses and mantras that He, the Supreme Personality, is Anand. Anand means bliss and what we call happiness today, right? So bliss and God are synonymous terms. आप आनंद कहो या भगवान कहो, ये बात एक ही है. ब्रह्म अरु आनंद गोविंद राधे पर्यायवाची है वेद बता दे. Paryayavachi means they are synonyms. God and bliss, they are synonyms. Now who are we? We are parts of bliss, of Anand, right? I said God. So whether you say God or you say bliss, it's the same thing. So we are parts of bliss. That our real personality, the I. Now the next thing is, our desire for happiness is a desire of the soul, because the soul is part of bliss. The connection of happiness is not to this world. The connection of this desire for happiness is to God. And this is our ignorance. We don't know that. All we know is, I want happiness. Where should I go? What should I do? We are concerned about that. But the why of happiness, we don't have a clue. If we had the clue, then we would not have gone running on the wrong side. Oh, I better go there. I'm standing at the wrong place. The happiness is this side. It is with God. So it is the desire of the soul. Just note that. Remember that. Our nature, it is our nature. This nature of happiness, the desire for happiness, is connected to the reservoir, the fountainhead of bliss, and that is God. Now, meditation is about reprogramming the thinking of the mind. The mind is in a state of ignorance, of wrong understanding. We want the happiness, and for that we are rushing headlong into this world. And for that, when we get frustrated and restless, then we think, what do I do? Then somebody tells us, meditate. That will give you a peace of mind and balance. But why did that disbalance come about? Why did that restlessness and unhappiness come about? Because we were searching for unlimited, everlasting, ever-increasing happiness in the world where everything is the opposite. Listen to every word carefully. You will not get this connected knowledge which I am giving you today anywhere. And this is going to build up your base for meditation. You will know why you are going to do it and what you should meditate upon. So I was saying that we desire happiness, which has been defined in the Chandogya Upanishad as Yo vai bhuma tat sukham nalpe sukhamasti. Each and every one wants to experience everlasting happiness. Temporary happiness we experience every day. You go to Mustafa and buy something that you have been longing to. It could be something cheap, it could be something expensive, maybe a diamond ring. Everything is available over here. Just see, this is the, you could say, the biggest hustle and bustle right opposite you. And here we are talking about meditation. Right? Amidst this hustle and bustle, how to be relaxed. There is so much over there. Everything on earth is available. So I want, everybody's running around. Some people, they end up buying things. I've met people, because it's a sale, let's buy it, it's sale. But what you're going to fill up, you're not going to use it. Just because it's 50% sale, they're tempted to go and buy it. So, we desire everlasting. And every happiness in the world, temporary, you agree? You can deny that? No. Jag sukh kshanik hai, Govind Radhe, kabhu mile, kabhu chin jaye, bata. You get it? And then it's gone. It vanishes. This is the nature of worldly happiness. And then again, we are not satisfied with limits. Whatever we have, it may be a house, it may be money, it may be anything. We are not satisfied with limits. We want more. We want more, right? Why? Because our inner being desires the unlimited. We want something that is infinite. We don't know. And that's why nothing has satisfied us. There's a beautiful verse in the Bhagavad Puran which describes this. Yat prithivyam vriyavam hiranyam pashavastriya naramekasya paryaptam tasmat krishnam parityajet. 9:19-13. One person, now listen carefully, one person may, suppose, a supposition today, he is the king of the entire world. One person. King of the full world, yeah. And he's young, he's handsome, he has everything that anybody could desire. People who care for him, a lovely family, he has all the wealth, everything. But in this particular verse it says that his inner state will still be that of a beggar. Why? Because this is not the subject that he desires. The world is not the subject of the soul. So no matter how much you attain or achieve, internally not satisfied, and your mind is again restlessly pushing you again and again. Let's do this, let me get that. We do not realize that what we are looking for is not here. So this gist that I've given you right now, the whole why, what and where of happiness, we will start thinking about it. And this is going to be the base of your meditation. Because meditation is about understanding that I am a soul and I am a part of that Supreme Being who is bliss, and I am separated from Him, and therefore the restlessness, the unhappiness, the frustration, everything that I'm experiencing in this material world, all the negative emotions, it's all due to the fact that I'm separated from the source of bliss. That is the reason. It's not because you lost your job or your money was lost in some investment, not because you got divorced. It's not that. The root cause of whatever we experience in negativity is due to that, the separation from that one who is the source of bliss. So having come up to this point, it is obvious is that meditation is about connecting the mind to that source of bliss who we are parts of, and not only that, we have every complete relationship with Him. As you all know, we all recite a verse, a lot of people know it by heart. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. A few of the relations have been referred to in this verse. Father, mother, you're my friend, you're my wealth, you're my everything. It ends up with everything because our complete all-rounded relationship is with God. Why? Because I am a soul. That is a real I. The I is a soul and is a part of the divine. It is a divine entity. So the divine can only be related to the divine. Our relationship with the world is a physical relationship. And because the body is temporary, this relationship is also temporary and it changes every life. Forget every life. Whilst we are living in the world, today we may have big houses, but the family unit is growing smaller and smaller, isn't it? It's just like husband, wife and children, and gradually what happens? Then they are separated, then it is just mother and child. That's what's happening. Big houses and they're getting smaller. The family unit is getting smaller. So these are relationships of the physical body. Body is temporary, these relationships are temporary. Jaganate tan ke hain Govind Radhe, tan chute naate toote ko saath na de. Nobody will accompany you beyond the gates of death. Only Shri Krishna will, yes, come with you and he will go with you. Now we all know these verses, but we should reflect and think within ourselves, to what percent do we accept this? Divyo Deva Eko Narayano Mata Pita Vrata Shattayani Upanishad Mantra number 6. We all believe in God. How much percent do you accept Him as your father, as your mother, as your friend, as your everything? Do we? We have to reflect upon this. Listening to all these lectures and having all the knowledge, our attachment of me and mine is to the family in the world, isn't it? So we have to reflect on this. If I think I'm a soul, then let me at least think 10%, 20% that I have a relationship with Him. So we have an eternal relationship with Him, and separation from Him is responsible for all the unrest that we are experiencing. And instead of focusing directly on that which is the reservoir of bliss and happiness, what are we doing? As I said, all sorts of meditation are being prescribed because our goal is not the ultimate goal. Our goal for meditation is the problem we have right now. I want to just get mental peace from it. I want to gain concentration. So you know, a lot of methods that being practiced. Focus on the breath. right? So when you focus on the breathing, you're breathing in, breathing out, watching that. So your mind has been diverted from whatever was stressing you out for that little time. Or some people say this mindful meditation is popular all over the world. Sometimes it is said that try to bring your mind to a thoughtless position, blank, and sometimes watch your thoughts, right? Become a witness of your thoughts. That is also a meditation. And another meditation is like focus on between the two eyebrows in the middle. You must have heard about all these meditations. Some are focused on the dot. Some are focusing about on the light, candlelight. There are so many different methods that are being practiced. Now, I'm not saying that they are of no use. They are useful because you have been in such a stress state that when you sit down particularly to do something like this, then what will happen? Then your mind will gradually relax. It will relax and you will feel a certain amount of peace and there will be a balance, right? You must have tried these methods. It does help. However, these different methods, they do not address the main necessity. And what is that? The purification of the mind. That is not being addressed. So if the mind is not addressed and it's about relaxing and being free of the stress that you are going through, then what's going to happen? Then it will be that whatever concentration and balance you have gained, and those diseases within, anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, these are still there. Then what's going to happen? Whenever a situation comes about after meditation, you lose that balance. It doesn't take long for you to lose it. You gained it, but it's not permanent and complete. So therefore, the focus, the goal of meditation is to try and involve the mind to become pure. The diseases are in the mind, so we need to treat the mind. So in order to purify the mind, we need to concentrate, focus the mind on something that is pure. You understand? So focusing on the pure, what you think you become, you heard that, isn't it? So if you are thinking about a pure personality, God, or the Guru, a realized master, you're focusing on the pure personality, then gradually that mind will also become pure. And these diseases which are always there within you and always taking away your peace of mind, these diseases, they will not go away. Don't expect magic. Yes, but at least little by little, you will start finding the change in your life. Because the mind is getting pure. Yatha yathatma parimijjate sau mat punya gatha shravana vidane. Bhagavad Puran 11:14-26 says, when you focus upon the divine names, the qualities, the leelas, upon God Himself, then what will happen? The mind will start becoming pure. You will be surprised to know that one who is the authority on the Gyan Marg, do you know who that Jagadguru is? The propounder of Gyan Marg, Nirakar Brahma, Adi Jagadguru Shankaracharya. He propounded this philosophy of Gyan because of the circumstances in the country at that time. Internally, what did he declare? He made very, very beautiful verses about Lord Shri Krishna. And some other time I can tell you about them. But he said something very important. Shuddhayati nantaratma Krishna padam bhoja bhakti mrite. You cannot purify your mind. Shuddhayati means purification. The purification of the mind is possible by focusing the mind on the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. He declared that. So it is a simple fact. Whatever you think about, you will attain the qualities of that object or person. So if you are meditating upon that Supreme Being, who is all love, all compassion, all attraction, everything that is there, you're focusing the mind over there. Then what will happen? Gradually this mind will start becoming pure, and in due course, initially it will be an effort. We will talk about this. In due course, you will start enjoying and loving that meditation. You see, what is the nature of the mind? The mind wants to resist any kind of binding, right? Now, the world is so attractive. You can see it all around. Everything, eat, wear, everything is there to pull your mind. Now, if you tell the mind, come on, focus on your breath, what is it getting out of it? Is it enjoying it? Yes, it's gaining concentration, it's relaxing, but does it give you joy? Does it give you elation? No, you will do it. Focusing on your thoughts or anything like that. We want something that we can enjoy. We can gradually look forward to this session of meditation because we're having an appointment with that Supreme Being whom we are parts of. We belong to Him. And what is He? As I said, He's the fountainhead. He's a reservoir of bliss and love. So when you are thinking of bliss and love, obviously those qualities, you're being attracted, you're longing for that, it will come to you. So you understand the reason for this meditation upon the pure I'm talking about, because the whole problem is the mind. We want to purify the mind, to cleanse the mind. Because purification is going to bring God. It will connect you to Him. You must have heard in the Bible, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see their God. So seeing God means attaining the divine bliss and being liberated forever from the cycle of birth and death and all bondage. So pure in heart. So our goal in meditation is to purify this mind, which is the cause of our every negative emotion. So meditating upon God with love and devotion allows free play to the mind, because we all want love, we all want happiness, right? And when we connect to the source of love and happiness, obviously that love and happiness will gradually, point by point, come to us as we meditate doggedly. So meditation, there are three things. One is the meditator. We are all, there is no difference. Everybody sits to meditate. Then the process of meditation, most people, they sit upright, close their eyes. That is the usual way to do meditation, right? What differs is the subject of devotion or object of devotion. So object of devotion, I've discussed all the different, and there may be, as I said, we have many techniques of meditation as the number of meditators, and it depends what their goal is. Now our goal is we want some permanent, everlasting bliss, and at the same time we want to be eternally free from suffering. If that is our goal, then this meditation is going to get us there. And not only that, as I was saying, These diseases of anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, they're always tormenting us. They're always frustrating us. So how do we treat them? The treatment comes in trying to focus on the pure. So your mind will start becoming pure. So there is no difference between the meditator and the process. All the difference comes about on the object of meditation. And I have discussed step by step with you why loving focus on the form of God is the way to meditate in order to treat the diseases of the mind and not only be eternally free from this suffering and cycle of birth and death, but also to one day experience that pure love and bliss. Now let's come to the next question. Obviously you're saying we have understood up to now, but how do we go about on meditating upon God? We have not seen Him, right? And for that you'll have to come back tomorrow at the same time and we'll discuss that. So meanwhile, we have Aarti now, and if you have any questions so far, what you have heard, then we have about 10 minutes for that. You're most welcome to ask. Either you are hesitating to ask, or whatever I've said is quite clear, I don't know. Can anybody tell me? I talked about reprogramming the mind, right? So what would I mean by that? Can anyone answer that? Reprogramming the mind which is ignorant. How do we do it?
By actually finding the happiness where it is the source of the happiness, not in the world. So if I am thinking that I'll get happiness in the world out of this Maya, so that is a false opinion. However, the truth is that we can get the real bliss there only, where is the source of, and which is the purest form of love, which is God only.
Yeah. So it's like feeding the right knowledge to the mind. Because it's, up to now it's wrong knowledge, so it's taking us in the opposite direction and frustrating us. So reprogramming is very good. Thank you, Radha. Yes?
You mentioned that we need to...
Please, I come a little forward because the mic is echoing a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you said that we need to focus on... we need to focus on Sri Krishna when we meditate, because he's our God, and and from there we will achieve happiness. But then the question here is that when you are sitting in meditation, what is it that you do? How do you communicate with him? What do you say to him? What are the thought processes that go inside your mind? Do you talk to him? What do you do?
Very good question. And that's exactly the subject which I'm going to deal with tomorrow. How do we go? I did say, we haven't seen God. How do we go about it? What do we do? So this is the complete subject of the talk tomorrow, and you will get your answer. And also on the third day, whatever remains to be said, how we can gain more focus with the mind meditating on Sri Krishna. A couple of important points will be added, and we will also have a session of guided meditation so that we know how to go about it. So thank you very much. This is an important question. It will come tomorrow. So please, I request everybody that to come here on time tomorrow so that we can start on the dot of time. Have a little bit of chanting as well. So let's do 1 or 2 minutes of chanting, which is actually a couple of lines that are composed by Shri Maharaj telling us what is the practice of sadhana. Shama Sham Nam Roop Leela Gunanama. Take the support of the name. Shama Sham is Radha Krishna. You're free to meditate on any form of God. They're all one. So here Maharaj talks about Radha and Krishna. The names, Guna means quality, Leela means their divine pastimes or Leela, and their divine abode as well. So focus on this. This is all pure, whether it's God, the names, the qualities, whatever. And then Gao. You can sing these glories because singing helps to focus the mind. So, Gao Roke. We are separated. We belong to Him. And we are in this material world and time is running out. We don't even have the longing to be with Him. We are still attached to the world. So this longing, that is the, you could say, the essence of devotional practice. So, Gao Roke Roopdhyan, that is important. Along with his name, forms and all, chant them. Then with longing call out to him and focus on his form. So we'll just sing that one line, which is just of the devotion practice. Shama Shama Navarup Leela Guna Dhama Gauro ke Roop Dhyan Yukta Ato लाडली लाल की जय। भक्ति योग रसाता जगद्गुरुत्तम श्री कृपालु महाप्रभु की जय।